Hey, greetings, greetings. Thank you. How y'all doing? Hi, Kels. I'll check it. You know I got like crazy DMs, right? Y'all good? Neo Cosmos, what's going on, brother? Big Ant One. What's going on, family? It's been a long minute. My goodness. So I wanted to talk to you about a couple things because I know you guys haven't seen me in a while. And you know, for those of you who didn't get a chance to catch it, my mom passed away 2 days before Christmas. And I knew that she was going to leave us because we actually were in touch with the people at the hospice. And I knew she was leaving. I was trying to get up there as fast as I could, but the earliest I could get there was Christmas Day. And she actually left on the 23rd, so I didn't get a chance to say goodbye to my mom before she left. So I had to go home, and I'm still with my family. And it has definitely been a major, that took a major impact on my life. You know, you guys know I lost my brother 2 years ago. And 2 years later, then I lose my mom. I'm like, damn, you know, back to back. So, and I appreciate you guys' condolences. I really do. But with the knowledge that I have, I was actually able to communicate with my mom after she passed. And so that has helped out a lot. I was able to communicate with her and also guide her where she needed to go. So I'm here now to look after my dad, you know, because he needs us right now, you know. He's been my mom for 53 years on the planet. That was his best friend. So I'm here to make sure my daddy's okay and the rest of the family. So I'm going to be here for a while. Thank you. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. So in the process of that, going through that transition, a lot of revelations came to me, a lot of knowledge, a lot of information has come to me. I have been doing a lot of work on myself to even open up my heart space even more, right? So that transition has really softened up my heart space even more, you know? And I got on this call because I wanted just to share a few things with you guys. There's a couple things that's come up, some things I've been seeing in the headlines. For those of you who have not got a chance, please go see my last post I put up on Instagram, if you will, please, where I was talking about things that are going on. And I want to remind you guys not to look at things from a linear perspective. There are many things that are going on a multidimensional level. The planet that you live on is a multidimensional planet. And you yourself are a multidimensional being, which means what? It means that there are many different things going on at the same time in various different dimensions. So I want you to remember this when you're given information and you are looking for something. You can't look at it from a linear perspective. And you also have to learn on how to remain present, meaning it's your job to be on the right frequency. Let's start there. That's your job. That means that you got to pay attention to what you're paying attention to. Okay? Ask yourself, is what you're paying attention to operating on the frequency that you would like to be on? How is what I'm paying attention to help me with my ascension process? How is what I'm paying attention to causing me to have expansion in my consciousness levels. It's never the responsibility of the teacher or the person that's giving out the information. It is your responsibility to discern the information and or look for the information, but go inside and also get the information. Okay? Now, there is some information that has come to me. A lot of things have shifted. You guys are going to start hearing more and more the collective saying that they want to heal. You're going to hear that more. You yourself may even feel like, I'm ready to stop carrying around these bags and stop carrying around these weights that no longer serve a purpose for me. You may even be coming to a place where you have gotten to your wits' end and you're looking to understand what it is that you need to do next. You might be in that space right now. And if this is you, I'm talking directly to you, the collective. Source has revealed to me that the collective has made a conscious decision to heal. Because this decision has been made, we will start to experience the peace on this planet like you've never experienced before. Some of you may be transitioning into that. You're going to also start experiencing the Christ consciousness coming onto the planet. You're going to start experiencing more peace in your heart space. This planet has split, and that's why I talked about in the last post I put up about the planet splitting. And where we're at right now is we're coming out of the Kali Yuga, which is true. I'm not basing this on a specific date, although the way that the houses are set up and how the planets are moving, it would suggest that the Kali Yuga is ending on the 15th of this month. Also, with Pluto going into Aquarius, we are officially now going into the age of Aquarius. That takes place on the 21st of this month. Okay? Remember, the real calendar is a planetary alignments. That's the real calendar. Now, if you match up the planetary alignments to a specific date, then I can see how people are coming up with a date. All right? But I want to give a very stern warning to some folks. Since this planet is splitting and is continuing to split, there are those of you who are called to simply sit back and observe. You are not to get involved in anything. You are not to participate in anything, but only sit back and observe. You'll notice that what you're observing has no effect on your life whatsoever. That means that you've already shifted out into the parallel earth. You've already shifted out in your consciousness. You've already gained at least a 5D state of mind or a 5D consciousness to be able to shift out. Okay? Then there are those who are operating on a lower frequency than you. These individuals are going to be operating within the polarity. These are the individuals that are going to have the experiences of that polarity. Okay? So the wars, okay, abuse and all the things that you see going on with the people, they're going to be experiencing that because they're buying into certain narratives. All right? And they're buying into certain narratives because they haven't gotten to a place of healing for them to realize that when you begin to really start operating from the heart space, you're automatically going to start operating at a higher frequency. What does that mean? That means that the frequencies won't match. War is not going to match with an unconditional love frequency. So therefore, you're going to shift out. Those who have not put in the work are going to stay right where they are. And there's going to be benefits that's going to come to those who have put in the heart space work. And they're going to be receiving a lot of blessings. But those who did not put in that necessary work will not receive those blessings. So do not feel self-entitled to receive them when you know you haven't put in the work. Okay? Vibration and compatibility. That is correct. So you're going to start hearing, and just listen for the sounds. You're going to start hearing people talking more and more about healing. You're going to hear people talking more and more about ascension. You're going to start hearing people talk more and more about symptoms of ascension. You're going to start hearing people talk more and more. You're going to start seeing more videos come out of people speaking about their own personal experiences of healing. You're going to hear, there's some of you guys right now that had to do a whole lot of work, that you had to clear out some ancestral stuff. I did. You see, when my mom passed, there were conversations that came up on the day of her funeral at my sister's house from other relatives of things I never knew anything about. Stuff blew my wig all the way out to the damn ocean somewhere. You know, but what it did was it gave me some clarity to understand my mother better. It gave me clarity to understand my other relatives, ones who passed on. And it was at that moment when I got that clarity that I began to start doing some work, some healing work, to clean out the karma of the bloodlines. Some of you guys had to sit down with your ancestral lines, or if you had some experiences that brought you to a point where you had to confront some things in the ancestral lines. Some of you guys had to come out and speak your truth about things that were going on within the family line. Some of you guys had to put a spotlight on some things that were going on within the family line. And you had to speak your truth, which meant that it was going to make a lot of other family members feel uncomfortable. But you had to come out and you had to be the catalyst to set the record straight, and also to clear out those things which had been hidden, to bring in healing for that bloodline. Now, it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good. But whatever does feel good when you're cleaning things out, nothing ever feels good when you're exposing and cleaning things out. Okay? The methodology was exposure. But then when you look at the bigger picture, if you're expanding your mind and you're expanding your consciousness, when you look at the bigger picture, by shedding a light on these things, now what it did was it forced family to go back and look at themselves and their actions and how they were affected by their previous family members and get them on their own healing journey and their own healing path. Okay? So some of you guys had to be confronted with that. I know for a fact that some of you guys were dealing with some heavy family stuff. I know this for a fact. I saw it playing out in front of my face around a lot of different people, including myself. I saw it playing out with my damn self after my mom passed. There were people that I'm close to where I started stuff where they were talking to me about stuff that they had to confront, things that they had to do. And I was like, damn, what is going on? So during this time period, there was a lot of you guys that were doing a lot of cleaning out. And you didn't even realize that you were doing this cleansing because the Kali Yuga was ending, because the planet is splitting. You consciously probably wasn't aware of this. Maybe on a subconscious level, your higher self probably knew, but you weren't aware of what was happening. You just knew you had some stuff you had to clear out. And the clearings are going to continue to happen. These shifts that have been taking place, for those of you that have been experiencing them, if you were present enough to experience these shifts. Now, there are people that came to me and asked me, and you're correct about the Great Reset. There are people that have come to me and asked me, well, you talk about these shifts, but I'm not experiencing them. And I went back to them and I said, it's not my responsibility to put you on the frequency that you're supposed to be on. The real question you need to be asking yourself is that why aren't you feeling these shifts? That has nothing to do with me. So now when I'm speaking on a particular frequency to a particular group of people that actually has the ability to hear me when I'm speaking to them. Or when I'm speaking to them, it doesn't sound like Chinese. When I'm speaking to them, they hear me, not just here, but they hear me here in the heart space. The biggest reset is taking place right now. 2020 had nothing to do with a reset. The reset, I'm letting you guys know right now, the reset happened the moment the collective consciousness decided that they were going to heal. That is the greatest reset. And that move was made about 4 or 5 days ago. And some of you should have been feeling some of these shifts left and right. I was getting hits from people in my circle who are highly tapped in, that were telling me all the way from California, that were hitting me up, telling me the stuff that they were feeling, the stuff that they were experiencing, the things that were happening, that they were seeing and feeling, and asking me what was going on. And I was telling them what was happening. So the Great Reset has begun, and I'm here to deliver a message to you to tell you that the end of the era is here now. Be clear. The Christ consciousness is going to come down upon the planet. Congratulations for those of you who actually put the effort in and you made it. There's going to be a lot of peace on the planet, and after a while, you won't see, nor hear, nor experience any wars anymore. Do you guys remember me having a conversation with you guys a while back where I talked about how there's going to come a point in time where you're just going to be in observation mode. Nothing won't affect you. Then after a while, you'll literally disappear out the sight of people. You're still going to see. They won't be able to see you. That's what's going to start happening. Where you'll see, because you're operating on a certain frequency, but those who are not operating on the same frequency will not see you. You'll be completely out of their sight. So I'm here to remind you being unrecognizable. Exactly. And that is what's happening. Now, I do want to make some of you guys aware, for those of you who tapped into that situation that happened down in Florida. I'm going to give you a rundown about that. I'm going to give you the rundown about a couple of things. That situation that happened in Florida, the higher-ups were already told that these visitations were going to start taking place. And I also want to say something else. There is no such thing as aliens. There are multi-dimensional beings that are coming in from other dimensions. Let's just start there. They were already told that they were going to start making themselves known to the public. And it's not that they had any intention of causing any harm to humanity. It was a test run to see how humanity would respond to them if they made their presence known. If any of you guys know any of the stories about Atlantis, there was a time of day in Atlantis where we walked amongst all types of beings. And they may not look like, you know, something that you might find to be attractive. You know, movies have done a lot of numbers on our minds. So they may not necessarily look the way that you think that they should look in order for you to be comfortable. But that was a test run to see how people were going to respond. And it's going to continue. I want to make you guys aware of this. It's going to continue. The collective consciousness is also going to wake up, and they're going to come out of their slumber. And when they're fully out of their slumber, they're going to be very angry. Very, very angry when they see how much the wool has been pulled over their eyes. It's not going to cause a war, but what it is going to do is the people are going to start operating from their heart space, and they're going to start making different moves. Now, what happens is when you have a collective amount of people that are now where their eyes are opened, and they're saying that this is not the way that we're going to go about doing this anymore. Now you have a massive energetic shift that takes place. That massive energetic shift that takes place is where we start bringing in alternative ways of how we go about things. And that means that we're pulling the energy away from the beings who have been harnessing our energy for the longest. That means that the beings who have been harnessing our energy will no longer have power. They will no longer have access to our energy anymore. Because what happens is when you pay attention to things outside of yourself, and you give it energy like that, you are giving them the power to create the reality that they want for you, which is to continue to keep feeding off of your energy. But the moment that you have a collective conscious or a massive group amount of people that see it for what it is, and they just stopped paying attention all the way across the board and stopped listening, well, now they have no more power. Now this is when the spell becomes broken. Now, the magnetosphere is completely down. That means if another M-class flare is sent in by the sun, there's going to be a lot of people that's going to feel that. There's going to be a lot of people that's going to feel that. The earthquake, there was a 9.0 earthquake that took place over in Japan on the New Year's Day. The 9.0 earthquake that took place in Japan caused a 150-foot tidal wave tsunami to come in and wipe out Japan, half of Japan. Now, let me give you the rundown of what that was really about. First and foremost, many people, unbeknownst to a lot of us, Japan was ranked as the #1 country for AI. They were pushing that AI so heavy that their whole country was literally turning into that. There was somebody that was higher up, a higher official that was supposed to complete a certain task. It wasn't necessarily him, but it was his aspect. Remember, I told you, we're dealing with multi-dimensional beings here. You are a multi-dimensional being. So you have the physical self, and then you have the higher aspects and different versions of yourself, different reincarnated versions of yourself, which means what? The past, the present, and the future is going on at the same time with you. So there was an aspect of a higher official that was supposed to complete a task, and he did not. And Gaia made the call to wipe out Japan. That caused one of the bigger islands in Japan to move 6 miles out. That also caused the magnetosphere to come down. That also caused a shift in the poles. Okay? So yes, the poles are shifting. One more thing that you need to know. We were never told about a cycle that the earth goes through that causes a lot of destruction. So what the distractors have done, they have placed certain things in front of your psyche to make you think that there is all this, well, they're mighty and powerful with all this technology that they have to be able to do this to Earth and do that to Earth and all this other stuff, right? But you were never told that the Earth had a destructive cycle, that it goes through a destructive cycle every 28,000 years. You were never told this. A natural cycle of the Earth. So for those of you who are operating in religion, when you talk about the Great Flood and all that kind of stuff that's taking place and so forth and so on, that's where those stories came from. The cycles. It's all astrological. Okay? Now, for those of you who are operating in the other parallel Earth, there are things that you will not see or nor will you experience at all. For those who are operating from an observation perspective, you will observe. You're going to observe a lot. Just remember not to get caught up in anything. Someone said floods mean spiritual transformations. And someone else is saying the Arctic vortex is a part of the shift. It has nothing to do with heart. And this is what I mean when I say to you guys, you got to be very careful. That's programming. That's programming. There's a lot of programs that have been instilled inside of everybody on this planet to make you think that something outside of yourself is more powerful than the earth and the planet itself. You're going to have to sit back and you're going to have to ask yourself, why do you believe in such things when the truth of the matter is you were never present to see any of these things take place? Now I'm going to bring in critical thought. You were told this. You were told that. There was chit chatter about this and chit chatter about that. But the truth of the matter is, not one person that did all that talking, meaning the collective, was you there to see any of these things happen? Or was you given a storyline to make you think that anything artificial is more powerful than Mother Nature herself? No critical thinking at the fact that the heart machines actually sit on top of Mother Earth. So I'm trying to figure out, how is something that's sitting on the earth more powerful than the earth? So what happens if Gaia just decided to open up her mouth and swallow up those machines? Then what? I'm just trying to figure it out. You had creator gods that are creating planets in the solar system, but you have man that is creating things that are sitting inside the planet. There has to be some critical thought. 1, 2, if you're operating from the heart space, you can feel the truth. A lot of you guys are operating from the mind, your masculine side, but you are not operating from your heart space. Because if you were operating in your heart space, you would be able to feel the truth. Then know it. Do they have technology? Yes, they do. Do they have EMP weapons? Yes, they do. Do they have technology that can melt rocks and stuff like that? Yes, they do. They have all that stuff. All of it. How many times do you think Earth has already been exposed to these things? It's a critical thinking question you have to ask yourself. What happens, according to the history books, when humanity becomes too technologically advanced? What happens? Do you remember? Do you remember the stories? What happens? When man becomes too technologically advanced, what happens? Nature comes in and shuts it down. Every single time. Nothing new under the sun. Wipes it out, clean slate. Let's start this thing all over again. Like clockwork. So then you have to ask yourself, because you know we were more technologically advanced back then than we are right now. Because remember, you're still in part of the fall right now. You're still seeing a part of the fall of what happened before. When you see ancient architecture and how it looks, what happened to them folk? They fell. They started falling in consciousness and they destroyed themselves. And then Earth came in and finished everything out. It's the same story, y'all. It's the same exact story. So I need you guys to come out of the programming. Stop taking things that you were told. Learn how to do the necessary shadow work so you can expand your heart space, so you can heal, so you can begin to start going inward and start having your own journey of self-discovery about who and what you really are in relationship to this planet and the cosmos and why you're here. And how can you be an asset to humanity? Should you choose? You don't have to be. We were still given the choice of free will. But make no mistake when I tell you, the hearts are currently being weighed on the people right now. The scales are out. My scales are out, and Anubis is weighing everybody's heart space right now. And I can promise you, if you have too much dense energy in that heart space, you can't go. Your body is not going to be able to handle the frequencies that are on that new plane of earth. Your body won't be able to sustain it. You won't be able to sustain the energy. The most important thing for you guys to focus on right now is your healing. Put yourself first. Don't worry about what's going on with everybody else. Be more concerned about where you're at, where you're going, and where you're going to be at. That should be your focus. I hope your hearts are light as a feather. Some of you guys are saying that. But I want you guys to understand there is an intelligence energy that's coming down on this planet. This dark matter that's coming on this planet is very, very intelligent, and it has the ability to feel the energy of all of us and knows what frequency you're operating on. Try not to pay attention to too many distractions outside of yourself and only focus on you. Ground. When's the last time you guys did grounding work to the point to where you have to line yourself with Mother Gaia's heartbeat? Have you guys seen the Schumann resonance as of late? Have you been paying attention to what's been going on in that regard? You see, the higher up in frequency you go, the more you're going to see, the more you're going to observe. A lot of things that's been hidden to the eye will no longer be hidden to the eye. And it's going to freak you out just a tad bit. Y'all saying off the hook. You jumped in the river today and it's 7 degrees. What, fam? I'm not jumping into 7-degree weather. I don't know what's going on there. I'm not doing that. The Schumann resonance has definitely been incredible. And that also should be a very strong indicator about what's really happening with this planet. You see, we have the tools that can guide you, that let you know what's really going on. Barefoot is okay. That is a form of grounding. Walking on a wooded trail is also a form of grounding for those of you who are in cold environments. All right, I want to make you guys aware of a couple things right quick. One, some of you guys that came at me about not having anything for the men. So for all the men that's on this call right now, there is a program that's been launched on my website called True Kings. For those of you who actually want to heal and get in alignment so you can become the divine masculine that you really are and be clear about something. Not everyone is a divine masculine. Notice the term I'm utilizing, divine masculine. There's a difference between masculine and divine masculine. A divine masculine is lined up with both his heart space and his masculine side. And he's a healed masculine. And he understands his role as a masculine and what it is that he's supposed to be doing. If you are interested in getting yourself properly lined up, I got a new website that I just launched called isiswisdom.com. Log on to my website, become a member. It's free. And you're going to see the new programs and new courses and classes that I have listed up there. That's one of them. The It's a 4-month membership to get into that program. That program is going to be taught by 3 powerful divine masculines, and you're going to learn some things. So go check out the website and sign up. Okay? Also, I got a new mediumship course that I just launched on my website last night. That course is going to take place in the first Saturday of February. I got a discounted rate that's up for the course right now. It's $44.44. Believe me when I tell you, I will never do this again for this type of course, especially with my skill set and expertise about mediumship. So, if you want to learn how to properly channel, sign up on my website, isiswisdom.com, with a discounted rate of $44.44. There is going to be no recording. That means you better be there live. You will never get it at this rate ever again. It's a $200 course. It's a gift that I'm giving. It's kind of like my way of doing, what do you call it? It's like giving back. And for those of y'all who've been following me for quite some time, y'all know I like to give back and do my part of giving back to give people the opportunity. Okay? $44.44. You got until the 6th. Log on to isiswisdom.com. Go to the quantum courses. Sign up now. The classes will be held via my website. I'm not using Zoom. I actually got an actual portal. $44.44. Okay? Sign up to the website now and get in there. And I'm only taking so many of you, and I will cut that shit off. Because at that rate, I know it's going to be a shitload of people coming in there trying to get signed up. Okay? Activate Your God Powers. That course is still available for registration. That class is $150. I'm not playing about that. That's a very powerful course. Self-defense, very powerful course. You guys have no idea. That class is up there as well. Implant workshop, that class is up there right now. Go get yourself signed up for it. All 3 of those classes are going to be taking place the first week, the second week, and the third week of February. So get yourself registered ASAP. Ladies, I have a Divine Feminine program that I'll be launching very soon. And the title of the program is called From a Bitch to a Goddess. Yeah. From a bitch to a goddess. Where we help you transition out into your divine feminine. And you learn your true power and your true purpose. And we help you get aligned. Okay? That actual program is currently being worked on. It'll be up probably within another week or so. Yeah. And there's actually a goddess retreat that's coming along with that. So that's going to be pretty powerful. And that goddess retreat will be held in Mexico. In a beautiful 30-room mansion, babies. Luxury at its finest, honey. Okay? But we're going to transform, help you ladies transform. Because too many of y'all that took on some programming that is beneath you. So now we're going to show you who you really are. And what you really are. And the power that you hold. And we're going to teach you how to manifest in all different areas in your life. And I promise you, after this course, you will never, ever, not ever, not ever, ever, not never, ever, ever allow anyone to disrespect you, treat you less than what you're worth. You will value yourself more than anybody outside of you could ever value you. And you will learn how to operate in your heart space, and you will balance out your divine feminine and your divine masculine. I am here to empower you. Okay? Log on to IsisWisdom.com. Even if you don't have the money, log on to the website. It's free. I got communities on the website so you guys can talk. You get access to any services that are there on IsisWisdom.com. It's a whole community there. So make sure you log on to it. And it's beautiful. As soon as you see the site, you're going to be getting codes. Okay, honey? You're going to be feeling the energy. Like, woo! The energy, honey. The energy. Shout out to 13 Otter Street, who's currently on this page right now. She's the one who actually designed my website under Kai Management. So I can't wait for you guys to go and see the website. It's really dope. All the services I had on Shop Isis Wisdom has been transferred over, but I got new stuff. So I want you to go and check it out. So now I got something for the fellas, and I got something for the ladies, and I got something for the couples. So there's no reason why y'all can't get to doing your thing. If you're serious about your healing, I'm here to assist. Thank you for those who said, I love the new site. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Again. 44 for the mediumship course, which is up now. I'm not going to tell y'all again. I'm hearing clicks and clings and clings on the phone. So that's telling me there's a lot of people that's signing up to IsisWisdom.com right now. Because I'm hearing all ching, 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 ching. Y'all getting it up there and y'all getting it in because y'all already know. Thank you. The Ashray Mystery School will be launching as well in February. So for ladies, that also is for the goddesses. Okay. You just said that's psych though. Can anyone be a medium? Yeah, anyone could be a medium. A lot of you guys channel and don't even realize you're channeling. Y'all feel the energy? Like, let's sit back and feel the energy, honey. Let it radiate off of you. Just feel the energy, honey. Get them beautiful codes. Get them light codes. Get them high elevation codes. Y'all see how cosmic it is? Y'all know a cosmic goddess is all over that site. That's me, honey. Miss Wisdom, your cosmic goddess. AKA your former godmother. Remember the wine? The fairy godmother? Kai Management did my site. It's at the bottom of the website when you log in, and you'll see where it says operated and managed by Kai Management. That's 13 Otter Street. You see her there going up. She's the one who owns it. She did do a great job, didn't she? At Akumo, being present is one of the things that we talk about in the course. And I want to say this one thing. Speaking from a goddess who's going through this process right now, honey. Okay? So I'm in a gym. And because I've been doing so much inner healing work, what happens is that whenever you're on that path of healing those deep wounds, your self-esteem picks up, your confidence picks up in different areas, right? Then you start to realize like, hey, I want to bring out that what's in me to the outer. So you literally start shifting in consciousness over your entire life. You really just want to do better. You feel the need, you feel a drive to want to do better. Right? So my ass is in the gym, honey, every other day, working out. So in a couple months, y'all gonna see a different Isis. And I don't want to hear y'all mouth talking about, who's this woman? What the hell's going on? I just don't make me call you out. You acting extra different right now. You looking extra different too. Because I done told y'all. You don't need clearance for the course, not the classes. You don't need clearance for readings. You don't need that either. The courses that are going to require you to have clearance are the ones that are going to be listed that tell you. You just got to read it. And it'll tell you what classes require clearance. Not all services require clearance on my website. I stopped that. It's just certain classes or certain things will require clearance. Like The quantum karmic cleanse requires clearance, period. There's no getting around that. But that's a program that's very serious, very, very serious. And it's not a game. I'm not recording no classes. If you're not present, you just ain't present. You're just going to miss it that day. Not doing it. DJ Akasha 1, DJ Akasha 11. What's up, fam? The big homies in the building. 44 for the mediumship course. I don't have any movies to recommend for you guys to watch because I'm not even watching any movies right now. So I don't have nothing to recommend because I ain't even doing it. You're not allowed to record anything. No. And if I catch you guys and find out that you guys have recorded any of my content, which is going to be copywritten, that's going to be a lawsuit on site. Be present. Take the course. Okay. You see spam, baby? Sorry, baby. You can't spam. Got to get you up out of there. Okay, I'm feeling energies that are brewing inside and I'm not sure how to tap into them. What course would you recommend? Sis, I wouldn't start off with a course. I'd start off with a reading first to find out what's going on with you. Get a reading. Nah, not playing, bro. There's all kinds of classes on the website. And also, I want to say something here. There's a message I need to get out to the collective as well for those of you that are listening. I keep hearing it ding, 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 ding. There's so many people signing up on that website. It's so crazy to me right now. In this time, in this era that we're currently in, I need you guys to remember at least this one thing. If you don't remember nothing else, you are gods and you are goddesses. The power comes from your mouth. It is called Ashe. So when you speak things, if you speak and say, oh, I don't have this, or oh, this person's this, or oh, someone's out to get me, or oh, I'm being set up, or oh, all these different things that you speak out of your mouth, you are going to create the reality that you're speaking out of your mouth when you speak down upon yourself. Let me explain something to you. In my tradition, which is called Ifa, we speak about the Ori. What is the Ori? The inner head, the head inside the head, the deity that lives inside of you. Ori is short for Orisha. Your Ori is what answers all of your blessings. So if you pray to your Ori and ask your Ori to guide you, to bless you, tell your Ori what you want, your Ori is going to give you that. But if you tell your Ori by speaking negatively down yourself, I don't have any money, I'm broke, I can't do this, whatever you say against yourself, that is a reality that you are co-creating with Source, and that is going to be the reality that you're going to live and that you're going to experience. So I'm going to need y'all to shift your thinking, especially now with the times that we're currently living in right now. I'm going to need you to shift your thinking and start speaking positively over your life. See, a person that's unhealed speaks negatively about themselves. When you start speaking about lack and what you don't have, again, a person that's unhealed speaks negatively about themselves, and they're constantly creating and reinforcing this reality with Source when all you have to do is this one thing right here. I'm going to do an exercise with you. I'm going to show you how easy this shit really is. Because all of you are creating simulations for yourself to live in the reality that you're currently living in right now. And if your life is not abundant, and if you are living with lack, you created the simulation for yourself. So now I want you to repeat these words after me. Are y'all ready? I want you to first think about what it is that is affecting you. Because this is what you're going to tell Source that you're not going to do no more. Focus on that. What is it that's affecting you right now? What is it that's bothering you the most right now? And you're going to repeat these words after me. You're going to say, Source, I need you to shut down the simulation of lack or whatever it is you got going on. Think about what's going on. Tell Source what it is. Because it's a simulation that you created. Once you figured out what it is, then after you tell Source what it is, you say, Source, I want you to shut down the simulation of whatever it is over my life. I no longer choose to participate in this simulation anymore. And so it is. And then sit still and see if you feel chills coming through your body, if you feel energy coming through your body. What that's going to do is it's going to confirm to you what you yourself have created for yourself. Shut down the simulation. Tell Source to shut down the simulation. Shut down the simulation of lack. Shut down the simulation of anger. Shut down the simulation of whatever it is that's ailing you. Shut down the simulation. You felt the release. That's what I was waiting to hear. Now, Brown Goddess, at this moment, for those of you who felt something, you feel lighter? You feel it. Okay. Now we're going to do something else. We're going to do a whole different exercise now for those of you who felt that. Okay? Some of y'all might not be ready to let that shit go. So if you didn't feel anything, that means you ain't ready to let it go. You need to figure out why you ain't ready to let it go. But that is a simulation that you created for yourself. Some of you create simulations where you think someone's always out to get you. That's a simulation you created for yourself. So I'm showing you something on the collective level, how this works and how powerful you are. Because you yourself is also Source. So now what you're going to do is, you see the chills. There it is. Now what you're going to do is, you're going to say to Source, Source, I am choosing to have the best experiences that this timeline has to offer. And I trust you wholeheartedly to guide me in my experience. And I wish to co-create with you my highest timeline for my highest and greatest good. Some of y'all may hear Source talking to you, saying, let's do it. Some of you may feel something in your heart space where you got confirmation. Some of you might feel something like Nas Quinzia says, wow, I just got lightheaded. Damn. I'm showing you something about your power. See, this is the reason why you got to join my Activate Your God Powers course. I'm going to show y'all some stuff in that course that you ain't never heard of before. Again, log on to IsisWisdom.com at the very least and become a member. Y'all see the power, y'all feel the power. You've been co-creating this with Source, your reality, this entire time. And you didn't have to do it. Now, do your shadow work and begin to start healing on a different level, and then watch how your manifestations come about. Ladies, you still got stuff going on with you from traumas that you ain't let go because you got daddy issues and some of you got mama issues. Come see me. Come see me. So we can help you clear that stuff out. Some of y'all have been physically and sexually assaulted by men. Some of y'all have imprints from men that traumatized you. There are things I can help you do to get rid of those things, those imprints, those programs, those cords. You shifted into a whole nother level of quantum physics. That is correct. I have. It is called expansion. And that's what I'm about. Expansion. No more of the mundane. No more of the limited stuff. No more of the little things that don't matter anymore. It doesn't matter. What matters is where do you go from here as of today? Start speaking positively of yourself. Start speaking positive over yourself. Set up a personal altar for yourself. For the gods and the goddesses that's on this live right now. Set up your own personal altar. Get your candles, get your crystals, get your flowers, whatever you're on, your favorite colognes, your favorite perfumes, with things that you love. And go and talk to yourself, get a chalice, get some wine, pour it in there, give it to yourself, and speak very highly over yourself every day. These are just some of the things that's going to be in my Divine Feminine program. And some of the things that the men are going to be experiencing in the Divine Masculine program. But there's a whole lot of healing that needs to take place, and I do with quantum healing. That means it ain't going to take you as long as it would take a normal time a person who's doing regular shadow work. My shadow work is quantum. I do quantum shadow work. I got a 4-month program that'll be launching in March. It is literally called Quantum Shadow Work, and it's only for 4 months. Okay? Only for 4 months. And you're going to watch how you take off and how beneficial it's going to be for you. Isis is not coming out here in 2024 to play with none of y'all out here. Do research on how to set up an altar, guys. Google is your friend. I have plenty of I didn't gave some instructions on how to set up an ancestor altar, but a regular altar. You got to go with what calls to you. But your basics is get a table and a white cloth. Let's just start there. And then be spirit-led. Listen to your spirit. Let your spirit lead you to what it wants. You know what it's going to take to please you. Okay? Some of you guys out here are real gods and goddesses that require offerings. Okay? I got a sister out here right now where she truly is one of the renditions of Oshun. She really is. Because Oshun has many different pantheons. And her higher self is Oshun. She's a very powerful attorney. She's very classy, very beautiful. And she does not play. You want to get access to her energy? She's going to tell you straight up. But did you bring me some offerings though, honey? I was like, excuse me, honey. That's what I like to hear. Give her some flowers. She said, I want my flowers. I want my nice chocolates. I like my red wine, honey. Okay? Because she knows who she is. She knows she's a goddess. Okay? No, we didn't come here to play. You like the vibe? It's beautiful, isn't it? See, the more you heal, ladies and men, the more of your God and goddesses comes out. Okay? No, a true goddess don't have to be loud about nothing. A true goddess actually moves in silence. Okay? Well, look, y'all. I got 10 seconds remaining. I appreciate y'all. Make sure you check out my website, isiswisdom.com. Peace.